together. Radio Manu 91 where it's always better. Where it's always better. Yo, सुबह का सूरज या शाम का रंग, we bring you joy हर जुबान का धन. Community की बात हम हैं आपके साथ, let's spread the love. चलो मिल के साथ tune in, turn up, दिल से बात करो. Radio Manu 92 FM के साथ चलो. Every voice counts, हर लम्हा यहाँ. चलो बात करके देखते हैं, let's all shine on. Yo, let's all go. सेहत की बात or dreams to share. Radio Manu 92 FM, we're always there. From unity to joy, we bring the light. Every word, every tune makes everything right. Listen up, it's time to unite. Radio Manu 92 FM, shining bright. Dill se suno, we love and care. Chalo baat karke dekhte hain, let's take it there. So come along for the ride. Radio Manu 92 FM, we're by your side. चलो बात करके देखते हैं. Your voice, your guide.
ये है रेडियो मानू 90.0 FM. चलो बात करके देखते हैं.
This is Radio Manu 90.0 FM presenting Dream Jobs.
Hello friends, I'm your host Umar and I welcome you to yet another episode of Dream Jobs on Radio Manu. They say the best careers are built with passion meets purpose, and today's guest is someone who proves exactly that. While he spends his professional life defending the digital world against cybercrimes, outside work, you're just as likely to find him on a horseback, climbing mountains, or even a shooting range. Because for him, precision, discipline, and focus aren't just professional skills, they're a way of life. Mr. Vatsal Vaish is an accomplished cybersecurity leader with nearly a decade of experience in ethical hacking, application security, infrastructural security, vulnerability management, and cyber risk management. He has led large security teams, worked with leading organizations, and even contributed to the sovereign cybersecurity initiatives in East Africa. A certified information security manager and a certified network penetration tester, his journey is as inspiring as an example of how curiosity, continuous learning, and determination can open doors for extraordinary opportunities. Today, we'll talk about the exciting world of cybersecurity, the skill it takes to succeed, and the opportunities waiting for young professionals on the other end, and also Mr. Vatsal's journey that brought him here. Mr. Vatsal, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here in the Radio Manu studio and for this episode of Dream Jobs.
The pleasure is likewise. I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, sure. So before we dive into the world of cybersecurity, I would want you to tell our listeners and viewers about your hobbies. You say that you're an equestrian and you like shooting as well. So how did all of that form as a hobby?
So I'm enrolled equestrian by Michigan State University.
Oh, lovely.
And there is a distinct program they run and by one of the best horsemanship champions all over the world, and also cowboys. So these people are literal animal whisperers.
Oh, wow.
They understand how animals do want to communicate. They understand how we are the bound beings and they are the free beings. So these kind of hobbies do pulled me toward. And I have been shooting, like as a child, my shooting journey started. I had a .22. Once government re-regulated it, I dropped it down to 177. I do rifle and pistol. I do sports and non-sports both. And I'm also into creating my own measurements around.
No, lovely.
Yes.
So how was that formed? Like what made you dive into that?
So I think so it's how I was brought up.
Okay.
I was given options of the kind of sports. I was given the kind of exposure. And it has a big extent to do with my schooling, I think. The kind of environment I was brought up in.
So the friends that you had in school were also a part of this, or was just you inclined towards?
So I was always promoted towards sports. So my initial journey of sports, like everyone starts, there is a level. So I started with swimming. I did football for some time. And then the difficulty level increases in the game, right? The next boss comes up. So I did Taekwondo and Shotokan Karate. And I did them fair enough. Then I got into boxing and wrestling. And boxing was not something that I could excel into clearly.
All right.
And life goes on, you meet accidents, your body gains some strengths, some weaknesses. So the next thing that I got into was horse riding, wrestling, and shooting. Shooting has been very important to me. I think it keeps me very focused as an individual. And I'm sure anyone who is into target shooting or target-based sports will agree and say the same thing. Also, archers will say the same thing. Be it a horseback archer, be it a traditional archer or a compound archer, they all are going to say same. And these things have not been sports to me.
Okay.
I don't do them for the sport's sake.
Okay.
I don't ease them down to the rule level. So I ride a stallion. I ride a Marwadi stallion whose weight is 770 kgs. I think so most of the sports horses are like 450 kgs or 400 kgs. So riding an absolute amount of energy on the track. So I relate to sports in a different way. These hobbies in a different way.
Because there was this one time that I'd gone to a ground, it was a university ground only. So there the NCC cadets were horse riding. So it was probably the first time that I realized and I saw what beautiful creature a horse is and the glory with which it gallops and runs. So वो एक completely different experience था मेरे लिए. I was completely mesmerized with that. So आपने जैसे बोला कि shooting is not, you don't perceive shooting or these things as sports. So now inclining towards your professional life, how has it helped you become get into this cybersecurity and how has it affected it?
Yes. So once we look toward these things like a sporty version, we become competitive, which is fair. Which is fair. What you can count, what you can measure is what you can improve.
True, very lovely.
Reasonable to happen. But once you realize that you are doing a lot of self-learning, there are lesser people in the conventional space in it, you start to compete with yourself. So once you go out and seek validation from a competition, or you seek validation from a channel where other people are showing their might, their skills, their experiences, it kinds of become a rabbit hole loop. You start doing things for the sake of competing. You start doing things for the sake of performing. The end objective should be to do the thing.
And get more out of it.
Get more out of it.
Okay.
To be able to do more of it. To be able to do more of it. So once you are able to do more of it without having an end intention to quantify it, you have bypassed the quantification and improvisation cycle.
Right. So before we head into this break, we have a short break now. Before we head into it, you say that you've not perceived these sports as sports, like shooting and all. But after a point of time, so how do you differentiate the profession not becoming competitive, like in the world of cybersecurity? So how do you define that?
So professionally speaking, from the space where I make money, it is competitive. But when it comes to my own individual learning, where I'm learning and I'm growing, I like to keep it very non-competitive. I believe that my pace is very different if I'm working for 8 to 9 hours every day. And the other young guys who are just out of college, are looking for internship, are able to devote their 12-hour of journey or 13-hour every day into learning, their growth trajectory is going to be very different.
Nice.
So yes, there are few people that I can get competitive with. It's just that we have grown to a certain level that we look beyond it.
Right. So दोस्तों, यहाँ पे वक्त हो चुका है एक छोटे से ब्रेक का. ब्रेक के बाद हम फिर से हाजिर होंगे. बनी रहिए हमारे साथ ऑन रेडियो मानू 90.0 FM.
आप सुन रहे हैं ड्रीम जॉब्स, रेडियो मानू 90.0 FM का करियर शो.
You're listening to Radio Manu 90.0 FM, a community radio station.
So join the wave, come along for the ride. Radio Manu 90.0 FM, we're by your side. चलो बात करके देखते हैं.
Your voice This audio has been generated through AI.
This is Radio Manu 90.0 FM. Let's listen to the Mindful Minute.
All good writing is swimming underwater and holding your breath. F. Scott Fitzgerald.
बहादुर वो नहीं जो दूसरों को शिकस्त दे, बल्कि वो है जो अपने नफ्स पर काबू पा ले। अफलातून।
शिक्षा एक व्यक्ति को अनगिनत संभावनाओं की ओर आगे बढ़ने की अनुमति देती है। स्वामी विवेकानंद।
ये है रेडियो मानू 90.0 FM। आप सुन रहे थे द माइंडफुल मिनट। For sales, marketing and brand promotions, write to us on Radio Manu at manu.edu.in.
So join the wave, come along for the ride. Radio Manu 90.0 FM, we're by your side. चलो बात करके देखते हैं.
Your voice, your guide.
आप सुन रहे हैं ड्रीम जॉब्स, रेडियो मानू 90.0 FM का करियर शो।
दोस्तों, वेलकम बैक। वी आर इन कॉन्वर्सेशन विद मिस्टर वत्सल एंड वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट साइबर सिक्योरिटी। मिस्टर वत्सल, आपसे जो हम ब्रेक से पहले बात कर रहे थे अबाउट द वर्ल्ड ऑफ साइबर सिक्योरिटी एंड कम्पिटिटिवनेस, सो बिफोर गोइंग डीप इनटू दैट, लेट अस गो बैक टू द बिगनिंग एंड हाउ डिड यू परसीव साइबर सिक्योरिटी? वाज इट ऑलवेज अ ड्रीम to get into it, and what did you just discover it along the way?
Okay. So, there were two components to it. Curiosity to become slightly powerful and curiosity to hack.
Okay.
That was the only
Powerful in what sense?
Yes. So, there is a certain power dynamics and there are few roles in the world that motivate you to keep others on the right hold. You tell them, you guide them through a better direction, you give them the kind of positive criticism, constructive criticism, and they improve. And such people in such roles are highly respected. So I saw the kind of respect these people used to get. How hackers were interpreted, like when in the brighter light, they were highly respected beings. So I saw that happening.
In your journey, did you see anybody go rogue?
I did.
Were you able to address that?
People do make kind of mistakes that make them overstep boundaries. Most of it usually which happens due to curiosity and by the technology moderators, by the appointment providers, by the service consumers. It is widely understood because the security work that I will deliver or my team will deliver as a security unit will get consumed by another in-house security unit.
True. Very true.
So they will try to understand the intent of it, but if they are not able to understand the intent of it, like someone ended up hacking SBI by curiosity in 2018 in Calcutta, and the guy got jailed.
Okay.
Another guy did something with a bank only out of curiosity. He had his own personal account.
So it might be like a challenge to themselves, like कि मैं कर सकता हूँ कि नहीं. तो okay, so where do you draw the line there?
The line.
And how do you draw the line? Also, or is it like a gray area?
Yes. The first portion of it is by the ROE, rules of engagement.
Right.
And second thing is by the experiences of it.
All right.
Yes. If you have the experiences of it, you clearly understand how much of exploitation, how much of damage to this network is enough not to interrupt it and also to keep the report going in the final cycles.
राइट मतलब आपको वो मालूम होना चाहिए कि मतलब where do I draw the line?
हमें बिल्कुल मालूम होना चाहिए कि हमारी बाउंड्रीज क्या हैं.
Right. So, as your role as a technical security, you've played multiple technical security roles and led them in cybersecurity teams. What were some of, if there any defining moments in your journey as a cybersecurity expert?
Okay. So the first journey was where I was able to hack. I ended up fully compromising a web application that came to us. And look at the beauty of it. So अब हमने एक पूरी application compromise करके दी है. The application as a technology stack is fully compromised. हमारा shell है उसके अंदर. It's a technical term. And there comes a smaller vulnerability which is business logic, but it is more than it. So there was an e-commerce giant. It is still there. I will rather not name it. But those who know, they know. So उनकी 10 लाख रुपए का we paid the order inventory and we checked out. And there we did some payment gateway integration manipulation, which is a known attack format. It is now widely discussed. At my time, it was very very fresh. And we ended up doing the transaction in 1 rupee.
Okay.
Yeah. So the CFO guy came. And he was like, हमारे audit में कभी नहीं निकला. I was like, yes, because you guys were doing your technology audit. This is a business logic bug. अब your team knows कि अब आपको ये चीज़ें भी देखनी है.
बिल्कुल.
अगर आप इन्हें देखेंगे और सही तरीके से एड्रेस करेंगे, if you take it the positive way, we can just fix it. And I think so. Before fixing their web application completely, they ended up fixing this business logic of payment gateway integration bypass.
Okay.
So this was one point of it. Second,
that was your contribution to it, like
direct contribution. That was a stunt and a risk that the whole company and the CISO did put on me. Ki you explain to these guys, how did you do? And your intentions were quite fair. And we told them ki aapki inventory aayegi. It is just going to be packed. Just send a truck and get it picked. The second major milestone was I got deployed to Rwanda. Rwanda is a very introverted military economy in East Africa. Very independent in nature of military and economics both. Very good guys to work with. Very good guys to work with and quite progressive in terms of technology.
Right.
They are doing better. And they are a fair example of being powerful. So power is what you can practice. So they are
Practice it team.
Yes.
Okay.
These people are actually practicing the power they have. And they have very good relations with North Korea, I think. I saw some very great people from North Korean alliances working there. I had another opportunity to fly to Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia.
Right.
But then I was dicey in making decision. Then I went to another company and the same institution was my client.
Okay.
So I know
it happens like a small world there.
Security is a very small community.
Right.
It can happen if a guy in Jaipur have made $40,000 from Facebook bug bounty, he might know me directly.
Lovely. So if you've had quite a career, so if you would like to describe your career in just 3 words, what would you call it?
Distinction, desire and death.
My God.
Quite fair. So distinction in doing what we love. We love to hack. There is no other word around it. And desire, the curiosity that have always pulled us toward it. It was never the reward, it was never the job or the salaries. Albeit, I'll say, the days I started hacking, there was no salary in cybersecurity. There was no cybersecurity job for such starting people. No college dropouts were getting direct jobs. Yeah, they were getting popular. The culture was getting popular.
But it was not out in the open.
No, definitely not. Everyone was looking for credentials. And when I say death, I mean the death of techniques. Many techniques that we used to employ.
Yeah.
We used to employ. And they are dead now.
Okay.
It's just that the fundamentals are inside our head. So we use it to escalate into broader findings. कुछ करते हैं उनके साथ. But as technologies improvised, technical giants and the active contributors of the world decided their techniques and practices. ऐसा क्या करें कि इन technical flaws को by root eliminate कर दें.
So the fundamentals work. So basically like Picasso breaking down the Cubist era.
Yeah.
Well, because you had the base, you had the fundamentals right, you had the core crux of the matter with you. And वो चीज़ आपने practice कर रखी थी, so you were able to reimagine it, reinvent it, and break it down again to lead the way. So which industries today need the cybersecurity more, or do they all?
And we are limited to only one answer, right?
Not so.
Okay. So every industry that engages with people or number of people require it in real. And I'll explain you the analogy why it does, because I understand it more than other people who are doing security for the sake of salary.
Right.
But there are some industries which are really critical to it. Banking,
Right.
Insurance brokers, sectorial bonds, BFSI, whole segment. Healthcare is also very pivotal to it. Like, no one wants their health records to be out in public.
Right.
And especially when it comes to these smart contracts, Bitcoins, people are losing their money. And just one day back, just 24 hours back, the biggest smart contract breach have happened. People have lost their 71 million, I think.
My God. Okay.
71 billion, I think.
That makes it quite a lot.
Yeah, that's a horrible number to happen with a exchange. And this breach have happened with a broker exchange. So I'm just thinking about the plight of the broker that have lost this much of money and stakeholders. And it is never going to come back.
Right.
It can never come back.
राइट ओके सो यहाँ पे एक वक्त हो चुका है छोटे से ब्रेक का. बहुत ज़्यादा गंभीर कॉन्वर्सेशन हो गई है, लेकिन ब्रेक के बाद हम फिर से हाजिर होंगे. बने रहिए हमारे साथ ऑन रेडियो मानो 90.0 FM.
आप सुन रहे हैं ड्रीम जॉब्स रेडियो मानो 90.0 FM का करियर शो.
You are listening to Radio Manu 90.0 FM, a community radio station.
So join the wave, come along for the ride. Radio Manu 90.0 FM, we're by your side. चलो बात करके देखते हैं.
Your voice, your guide.
This audio has been generated through AI.
आइए अब सुनते हैं अर्ज किया है.
आदाब दोस्तों, आप सुन रहे हैं अर्ज किया है रेडियो मानू 90.0 FM पर. आइए आज मुलाकात करते हैं उर्दू अदब और नशरियात की दुनिया की एक नुमाया शख्सियत जुल्फ़िकार अली बुखारी से. जुल्फ़िकार अली बुखारी, जिन्हें अदबी और नशरियाती दुनिया में ज़ेड बुखारी के नाम से भी जाना जाता है, का जन्म 1904 में पेशावर में हुआ. वो बेहतरीन ब्रॉडकास्टर, अदीब, मजमून निगार और रेडियो इंतजाम के माहिर थे. ऑल इंडिया रेडियो की तरक्की में उनका अहम किरदार रहा. उन्होंने रेडियो को सिर्फ तफरीह का जरिया नहीं, बल्कि तालीम, तहजीब और उर्दू जबान के फरोग का वसीला बना दिया. बुखारी साहब की तहरीरों में जिंदा दिली, शगुफ्तगी, नज़ाकत बयान और इंसानी रवैयों का गहरा मुताला नजर आता है. उनकी गुफ्तगू और तहरीर दोनों में उर्दू जबान की मिठास और तहजीबी शान झलकती थी. रेडियो की दुनिया में उनका अंदाज आज भी मिसाल के तौर पर याद किया जाता है. उनकी फिक्र का एक खूबसूरत पैगाम कुछ यूं महसूस होता है: लफ्जों की असली कीमत तब होती है जब वो दिलों को जोड़े और इंसानियत को मजबूत बनाए. और उनकी जिंदगी हमें ये सबक देती है: अच्छी गुफ्तगू सिर्फ अल्फाज का हुनर नहीं, बल्कि तहजीब, इखलास और एहतराम का इजहार भी होती है. जुल्फ़िकार अली बुखारी ने उर्दू अदब और ब्रॉडकास्टिंग दोनों को एक नया वक़ार बख्शा. उनकी खिदमात ने रेडियो को अवाम की जिंदगी का अहम हिस्सा बना दिया और उर्दू ज़बान को नए सामईन तक पहुंचाया. उर्दू अदब और ब्रॉडकास्टिंग की तारीख में जुल्फ़िकार अली बुखारी का नाम एक ऐसी फनकार के तौर पर हमेशा याद रखा जाएगा जिन्होंने आवाज़ को अदब और तहजीब का पैगाम बना दिया. इसी के साथ दीजिए इजाज़त, फिर मुलाकात होगी एक और अजीम अदबी शख्सियत के साथ. आप सुन रहे थे अर्ज किया है सिर्फ रेडियो मानू 90.0 FM पर. खुदा हाफिज.
You were listening to अर्ज किया है. For sales, marketing and brand promotions, write to us on Radio Manu at manu.edu.in.
So join the wave, come along for the ride. Radio Manu 90.0 FM, we're by your side. चलो बात करके देखते हैं.
Your voice, your guide.
आप सुन रहे हैं ड्रीम जॉब्स, रेडियो मानू 90.0 FM का करियर शो।
दोस्तों, वेलकम बैक। वी आर इन कॉन्वर्सेशन विद मिस्टर वत्सल एंड वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट साइबर सिक्योरिटी। सो मिस्टर वत्सल, हम जैसे कि ब्रेक में जाने से पहले हम लोग डिस्कस कर रहे थे किन किन कंपनीज़ को, किन किन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को, इंडस्ट्रीज़ को ज़रूरत होती है। सो वो ज़रूरत क्यों होती है हैकिंग की,
यस,
साइबर सिक्योरिटी की?
सो कोई भी सिक्योरिटी का कंपोनेंट जब भी हम किसी की सिक्योरिटी करते हैं तो दो चीज़ें देखकर करते हैं प्राइमरली, whereas this have three major subsegment. First of all, security of the identity.
Okay.
There can be a number of identities, integer number of identities. Second, security of the technology itself. कि कोई किसी का सिस्टम अगर हैक करके उसकी मेमोरी को यूज़ कर रहा है अपने एंटरटेनमेंट के लिए, या तो फिर अपनी सेकंड, लेट्स से वीडियोग्राफ, आई विल कीप इट वेरी सिंपल, आई विल जस्ट डंप इट डाउन होल कंसेप्ट। कोई किसी की टेक्नोलॉजी यूज़ कर अपनी वीडियोग्राफी रिकॉर्डिंग कर रहा है, उसे एडिट कर रहा है, बिकॉज उसे सुपर कंपटीशन स्ट्रेंथ की ज़रूरत है। एक IMAX पर मूवी शूट हो रही है एंड इट नीड्स टू बी क्रॉप डाउन एंड इट इज़ यूजिंग अ हैक टेक्नोलॉजी। सो दिस इज अब्यूज ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी एंड क्लियरली स्पीकिंग टेक्नोलॉजी इज नॉट अ लाइव ऑब्जेक्ट. It cannot lose life. But when it comes to identity security, it is quite pivotal. अभी एक डॉक्सिंग का केस आया था in my initial days 2019 में। क्या हुआ कि one lady was HNI
Okay.
In Europe somewhere. तो उनके फादर ने उनको काफ़ी सिक्योरिटी दे रखी थी।
What's an HNI for our viewers and listeners?
They are high net worth individual.
Right.
तो उनके फादर का कुछ रिस्क प्रोफाइल असेसमेंट हो रखा था, उन्हें रिस्क था इस चीज़ का।
जी जी।
एंड देन दीज पीपल रियलाइज कि उनकी बेटी एक पिलाते स्टूडियो में जाती है एंड वर्कआउट करती है। व्हाट दीज पीपल डिड, दे डिडंट हैक हर फोन, नॉट एनी टेक्नोलॉजी, नॉट कार, दे हैक द पिलाते स्टूडियो वेबसाइट।
Oh my God.
They took out the number, the time and slot she comes, and she had a private slot. They attacked her in the Pilates studio.
My God.
And they already plotted this. So अब दो चीज़ें होती हैं, एक रेगुलेटर कंप्लेंट फाइल करता है। सो लेट्स से एक बैंक कुछ गलती कर दे, एक रेगुलेटर ने कोई कंप्लेंट फाइल कर दी कि आपका इतना अकाउंट कैसे ब्रीच हुआ। अभी बैंक ऑफ बड़ौदा फेस्ड अ ब्रीच, अक्यूज्ड ब्रीच, दे आर स्टिल इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग इट। बट उनका एक कस्टमर भी कंप्लेंट कर सकता है कि मेरा एड्रेस लीक हो गया और मेरे घर पे जो अटैक हुआ है वो बैंक ऑफ बड़ौदा के ब्रीच की वजह से हुआ है, जो इंडिया में नहीं हो रहा है। वी नीड टू फाइंड राइट पीपल अकाउंटेबल फॉर द राइट थिंग्स। वी हैव टू गो आउट टू देम कि हाँ, हमने आपको कंसेंट दिया, इट इज जस्ट फॉर द सर्विसेज।
Right. So, what you're talking about has a lot to do with morality and ethics. So, regular hacking, how is it different from ethical hacking, and how do you approach ethical hacking?
Yes.
As a stream, as a profession, as a hobby, whatever.
So, I am someone in general who refrains from the word using ethical and unethical, because many people like me have been the victim of such stereotype.
Okay.
Hacking in general is a very simple subject. It teaches you how to break down technology.
Right.
Nothing else. And there is nothing ethical or unethical about science. It's science.
It's science.
It's science.
Bilkul.
And the only thing that makes the engagement type different is intent. So the intent is constructive. In intent, we are trying to figure out the challenge statement, the question statement, and we are also trying to write the answers for it. We are trying to draft out solutions, mitigation approaches, remediatory approaches. We are the one writing it.
Right.
So the intention matters. Many people do simply hack something and chill about it. I don't think so. It serves a purpose.
So, without revealing any confidential information, obviously at this stage we can't. So, can you share an incident where ethical hacking happened, which to help in preventing a major security breach?
Yeah, AIMS.
Okay.
So AIMS breach happened, and after 2 days, these people very proactively, I must say, whether it is the technocrats of the institution or bureaucrats of the institution, but some strong people took some strong decision. They immediately invited DFIR, Digital Forensic Incident and Responses.
All right.
These people ended up investigating how it happened. They contained They contained the infected devices. Containing the infected devices is like, let's say, 1,000 people in the room to have COVID. What will happen to two people?
Two who quarantine कर दिया है, right?
They have to be contained.
Right.
So they contained the infected devices. And they went one level forward. They went out in the public. They said, yes, we were hacked.
We were compromised, yeah.
We were hacked.
Okay.
These sub-segment of information have been compromised. We recommend other people to make appropriate changes.
Oh, lovely.
So this is very responsible. In the same fashion, Google Chrome will mostly tell you that your password have been compromised in the past. Please change this. How does it tell you? It has the breach database behind.
Acha, okay.
It is one of the biggest subscriber to breach databases. A breach happens today, after 12 hours, your Chrome is going to tell you.
So, आप थोड़ा सा in layman terms, would you get to explain किस तरह से जैसे आजकल AI का एडवेंट है, so डेटा कंज्यूम हो रहा है, बिग डेटा की बहुत बात हो रही है बहुत सालों से, एंड बिग डेटा बेचा भी जा रहा है, लिया भी जा रहा है, खरीदा भी जा रहा है, जो भी है, as an expert,
correct.
What's your take on this, and how do you advise regular citizens who are using AI, who are using online platforms where they have their data, and वो किस तरह से अपने डेटा को सिक्योर रख सकते हैं?
Okay. I'll just process it and I'll give you a chance.
Definitely.
ठीक है. I understood this question in 3 components, but my job is to keep it very simple.
Yeah, please.
So, needless and needful. This is a hygiene breakdown. This has nothing to do with technology or techniques. Hygiene standard needs to be there, what is needful and needless. And any model, until unless you are locally running it, locally running as in, until unless you're running a model locally, you have to be very careful what you're feeding it. Many models have very good security standards. They don't keep the data. They analyze your data live. They give you the results. They don't keep your data. They don't even train with it. What if you will train their model? Yeah, people make a lot of mistakes.
Right. Or alter ego बना के कुछ और for negative purposes.
Yes, your this word comment is very appropriate, but in the technical domain, it should be better said like a model comes self-trained. It doesn't train any much further. It just goes in improvisation cycle.
Whatever data you are feeding it.
On how the operator is looking for data.
Right.
It can change the face, the size of the data that you are looking for, but it doesn't train with us. So we have to be very careful about what we are feeding it until unless it's not a local model. And the choice is people's. So like some people are very comfortable swimming in a pool with a single layer on their body. And some people want to live in a robe like monks. Fair enough, individual choice. Similarly, it's an individual choice to feed your date of birth on the model, to put your address, to share your challan details or legal cases.
I've been hearing like people are sharing their medical history on with AI, and then Sam Altman came up to a platform and a podcast. He was telling us that I don't know what not people have been sharing. I'm surprised with the amount of, and people have been using ChatGPT as a personal therapist.
Yeah.
So we need to be really aware of that. So would you?
This is about influencer responsibility. Like technology came to us and we started creating reels for short consumption. So similarly, now GPT have came to us and we are using it for inferior purposes.
True, very true.
We are using it for inferior purposes, and this is the influencer's responsibility who is publishing such stuff online that make your ChatGPT a resume maker expert, make it a content writing expert,
optimization expert for
optimization expert
for things that you don't need optimizations for.
Yeah.
So hopping back to a little to ethical hacking. So if someone is willing to like get into this field of ethical hacking, what would your advice be to him?
Okay. So it's like catching a dot on the sphere. Many people, and most of them that I know, they do web application securities. Why? Because the widest engagement possible. So what can you hack? What you are able to consume digitally. You are consuming websites digitally, applications digitally. Few people are on the network side. they know that these web applications are based upon some network.
Right.
It's like a pyramid.
Right.
If you are able to see small portion of web application in front of your single page, there's a big base of network that is keeping it connected. Seeing this quite clearly, I started learning network securities. I learned network securities.
Okay.
I learned web application. I know operating systems, structures, and everything. But not everyone has aspiration to be a purist. Not everyone does it for a hobby.
Right.
Some people want to do it for starting. So if you want to go the easy way out, engage in security of something that you already know as a consumer.
That's
If
very
you know-
well said, yeah, that's very well.
If you know mobile applications as a consumer, it's going to be less complicated for you to think of attack patterns in it as per business logics, as you'll want to exploit something as purist as a operating system or a network.
Right.
For
So well put, yeah, so well put. मतलब आपको फ्रंट एंड मालूम होना चाहिए बैक एंड में घुसने के लिए.
you have to be fairly good at understanding the technology which you are touching.
And what all could go wrong? You should मतलब be able to anticipate it. Right.
Like I'm logging into my own account, and I mistakenly log into someone else's account because of a security vulnerability.
Right.
So I should have confidence enough as a user of that application to know, nahi, I was supposed to log into my application. My profile, this is someone else's profile. The attack is successful.
Right.
This confidence will come once I am an active consumer. That is why most of the good hackers, while they are doing bug bounty hunting, bug bounty hunting is technically finding bugs for money and dollars.
Right.
Very popular stream.
Right.
People are making very big money.
So if you get into ethical hacking, can you like make that as a segue to get into big bounty hunting?
Yeah. Bug bounty hunters are very efficient
Okay.
and very competitive hackers.
Okay.
Many bug bounty hunters do submit their bugs. Let's say 8 people have submitted their bugs. So the first one will get the reward and others will get the duplicate, but at least they are aware. And the reward segment is quite attractive. At least $500, at least $1,000.
That's lucrative, yeah.
Lucrative.
Yeah.
Yes. But for the sake of it, one should not get a tunnel vision. That's
Right.
my side.
So I think we've reached the end of this lovely conversation. But before that, I'd like to have a small rapid fire with you. So yeah, here goes. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Lovely. Linux or Windows?
Linux.
Linux. Okay. Password manager or memory?
Oh, password manager.
Why?
I trust them because they invest a lot into their security.
I said, do they?
Yeah, they do. And they are very competitive.
Can we trust Google as a password manager?
Yes, we should.
Okay.
We should. Google is
Because
the
there are multiple passwords across domains, across websites. So it's nowadays it's very difficult to keep a track of those passwords.
Apple Passwords is very good. It was always part of Apple ecosystem. So if someone is preferring exclusivity on Apple, he should go for Apple
So
Passwords.
like for example, if I have a Samsung, should I just
One password.
one password?
Yeah.
Across.
Elite.
Lovely.
This gets hacked by the best people in the world. Gets secured by the best people in the world. One
Lovely.
password.
This is very enlightening. Early bird or a night owl?
Early bird.
Early bird. Lovely. Seeing that you're an early, you should be an early bird. Horse riding or shooting?
Horse riding.
Lovely. Biggest cyber myth?
There are only two kind of people in the world. One who know they have been hacked, and the second who are not aware they have been hacked yet.
Okay, lovely. One app that you can't live without on your phone?
Yeah. Tough. Because I recently went into a detox cycle. So
Before that?
I think notes. I was very fond of writing notes on digital
So nice.
notes.
A book every cybersecurity expert or student should read?
A web hacker's handbook. It's old. It doesn't have fresh techniques, but I think so. It covers literally everything that
Fundamentals of it.
fundamentals and even the elite topics. So one can blindly read it. Consider it the Bible of hacking.
Right. One habit that you think made you successful?
Believing in that I can do it while others were telling that it is not possible because of the conventional boundaries I had with them.
Lovely. One piece of advice that you'd give to your 18-year-old self?
You'll never be too ready to start. You just need to start.
Okay. kun fire kun kar do. Anyway, so yeah, we've reached the end of this episode, but before that I'd like to ask you one final question. जो जैसे हमारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं, तलबा हैं, जो साइबर सिक्योरिटी को एज अ फील्ड, एज अ प्रोफेशन अप्रोच करना चाह रहे हैं, so where do they get a start? क्या, what would your piece of advice be for them? I'm sure this half an hour long conversation with you has been enlightening and enriching enough for them to understand how to go about it. But as a to round it off, how would you advise them to approach cybersecurity?
So you're going to have two kind of students who want slightly hand-holding and they want very curriculum organized. So for curriculum organized, I've given the domain reachability that they should learn first. They should learn network security without butter coating it. They should learn network security, they should learn application security, and they should also do cloud. If they are able to level up quite quickly. And other people who don't want conventional education, I just think so, start with network securities and move wherever you feel like moving. And hack into platforms like Hack the Box. These are the digital labs that you have, and create a local lab. Don't think much about it. Many people have this imposter syndrome. They think, am I impostering to be someone that I'm not yet? No worries. People who are into learning phenomena, they usually feel it. Whenever a small dog looks at a bigger dog, he thinks that he's not dog enough. It's not fair. We have to look up to people, but we also have to understand that it's never too early to start.
So one exercise that we were made to do in my Bachelor's of Fine Arts was, in the third year, we were supposed to, like, pixel by pixel imitate a work of art. So I think that goes to say about your field as well, because talking about imposter syndrome, you need to replicate the arts of the masters in order for you to have your own style and way of doing things.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it.
And I think so the fundamentals go similar in any fraternity that is of purist.
Right.
So people who just like their work for the sake of what they are doing, regardless of the paychecks that they are getting or regardless of the appreciation that they have been getting, the fundamentals go same.
Lovely. It was an absolute honor, pleasure, and I've had such a good time in talking to you, having this conversation, and I'm sure कि हमारे जो viewers हैं, जो listeners हैं रेडियो मानो पे, उनको बहुत ज़्यादा ये अच्छी लगी होगी conversation और इससे ये इस्तेफादा हासिल करे होंगे. And I thank you. I'm forever grateful to you, Mr. Vasil, for coming here to the Radio Mano studio and enlightening us with your presence and your words.
Most welcome. It was a pleasure coming here.
Thank you. तो दोस्तों, आज के एपिसोड में ड्रीम जॉब्स के इतना ही. हम फिर मिलेंगे किसी और गेस्ट के साथ. तब तक बने रहिए हमारे साथ ऑन रेडियो मानो 90.0 FM. आदाब.
आप सुन रहे थे ड्रीम जॉब्स रेडियो मानो 90.0 FM पर. चलो बात करके देखते हैं.
This is Radio Manu 90.0 FM. चलो बात करके देखते हैं.